This is such a difficult topic for so many of us to talk about. And some people don't want to create relationships with a loved one who's passed on, and others, oh my gosh, they were dying to, but they had no idea how to begin, where to start. Where do you start? Hi, David Essel here. For 45 years, as a counselor, #1 best-selling author, all faith minister, so many different things. We do a lot of work with death and dying and grief and all of these kind of things. And one of the most magical that I can share with you, options we have, tools we have, rituals we have to share with people when a loved one has passed on, is to get that relationship back, is to grab that opportunity to connect with that person again. And I can tell you, with all the 45 years of my experience, it happens all the time. Now, if you're a non-believer, if you don't believe you can connect with someone on the other side, if you believe once they're dead, their spirit goes nowhere, that's okay. I'm not going to try to convince you of anything else. If you think that it's kind of spooky, scary, weird to want to have a relationship with a mom or a dad or a sibling or a best friend who's passed on, that's okay as well. I'm here to help people that really want to create that relationship. I can tell you from my own perspective and perspective of clients who I've taught how to do this, how to create a relationship with someone who's passed on. It has brought the most amount of joy, believe it or not. It has decreased the stress of the grieving. It is one of the most powerful parts of the grieving process, is to learn how to connect with the person who is on the other side now. And it's possible for anyone. I firmly believe that. And how do we start it? Well, we start it by doing something called gateways. We start writing letters to them. And I can tell you, for 45 years, working in the world of grief has been a blessing for me. It really has. It might sound strange, but I love helping people get to a point where that the pain is lessening greatly. The missing is still there, of course, right? But we start to talk about and record and write about experiences we had with our loved one that was beautiful. And that's where we're going to end up. Of course, to get there, we have to do some pretty hard work. Consistent work, maybe that's a better word than hard work. But I can tell you that what I found when my mom died 3 years ago, or a little bit longer than that, in my spiritual mastermind group that I do every morning, and you can read about that. We have a free book on it on my website, talkdavid.com. I counseled with my spiritual mental mastermind group, which is all in my mind. I counseled with them, and they told me right away, the day that my mom died, to start writing letters to her every night, and I did. For 10 straight months, every night, I would write and write and write. I would even write just like what my day was like, right? And then all of a sudden, from out of nowhere, a female cardinal started showing up in my backyard. And I was absolutely shocked, because I know what that means. I've worked with this for way too many years to not understand that a female cardinal is my mom coming to visit me. And all there was one female cardinal. So I kept writing and kept writing and kept writing. And then on Christmas Eve day, I ended up, because of my spiritual mental mastermind group telling me to dig a garden for my mom as part of the grieving process, I dug this massive garden and planted some of these most beautiful plants for her, right? And all of this was a gateway. It was opening the door. It was saying, Mom, I love you. I'm going to write to you every day. Mom, I'm going to build this garden for you. She started coming more frequently. It was incredible. I want you to know that the other side, people who have passed on, can communicate with us. And I don't know all the facts. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if they have the ability to contact us first, or if it must come from our side. I believe it must come from our side. That's the opinion I'm working with. So the more rituals I do, the more I look for Mom, the more I write to her, the more I start to feel like, wow, I've got a relationship with her. And she has visited me 4 times by herself, completely visible to see her in a shadow form, right? She didn't come in physical form, but you could see it was my mom. I could hear her talking to me. And then when my dad died, I did the same thing, writing letters to Dad. I carry their photos with me. I have their pictures everywhere. I do not want them ever to leave me. And I believe we can create this and decrease our stress, decrease our missing, decrease our sadness by knowing that they're with us. There's a beautiful book called Signs, and it's for people who have lost loved ones, in order to look for the signs I'm talking about, like the birds, right? And there are other people that have told me that their husband or their wife used to leave coins for them in the bathroom sink because this other person didn't like coins. And all of a sudden, my client wakes up one day and she texts me, "You're not going to believe this. There were coins in the sink, and I'm the only one that lives in the house, and I don't like coins." And there were more signs like that from her husband who had passed on. Some people don't believe this is true. I've been doing this for so long, I know it's true, just because there's so many examples of people from all over the world, different cultures, different lifestyles, that have told me that through my teachings, they've been able to connect with someone on the other side, and their heart is filled with love. Remember, every tear you shed of grief is a tear of love. Every sad thought you have is a sad thought, but it's love. Why am I saying that? Because you couldn't have a tear or a sadness or a thought of sadness if you didn't love that person immensely. Use that love right to them. Open the doorway, open the gateways. What were their favorite plants? Bring it into your house. What were their favorite colors? Bring it into the house. What were their favorite anything? Welcome them. Tell them that you'd like to hear from them. Tell them that you'd love to get a message from them. Tell them anything you want. This is the new path to grieving. If I can help you, go to talkdavid.com. I would love to help make a difference in your life and the life of your family. If so, 5 free books at talkdavid.com. We've been doing this, as I mentioned, 45 years. I'd love to help you as well. Okay, talkdavid.com. I'm David Essel. Have a beautiful day.